Hi and welcome back to my channel, you guys, and happy Monday. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Let me close my sunroof because I'm sitting next to this truck and it's quite loud. So anyway, I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. It was quite busy, but it was a wonderful weekend nonetheless. And before I jump into anything else I need to tell you, I have to tell y'all, look, I did not make it to the gym this morning, okay? Well, I should say last night, because the goal was to get there at 10 o'clock. And I laid down, a little longer than I had planned. So when I woke up, it was 16 minutes exactly after 10. And I said, let me get up and call Jerry, let him know. Because I thought he was already at the gym. He wasn't even at the daggone gym. So I said, well, you know what? I'm getting myself together. And then I'm going to go on. And I did not. I laid back down a little bit longer. I said, well, I'll sleep till 11 and I'll go. And of course, when I woke up, it was like 3:43 this morning. I said, well, that was a lie. Let me turn it on over and go on back to sleep. So the goal is, so here's what I'm going to do. I normally don't stop for lunch when I work from home. So I'm going to go across the street from my house to Planet Fitness and do an hour of cardio. And then this evening I have Cappy training at church, and it's a class that you have to take if you are going to work with children. I don't plan on working with any kids, but as a deacon, the chair of the deacon board asked that all of the deacons make sure they take the Cappy classes and keep their certifications up to date, just because you never know when we are asked to, help out. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be often, but you just never know. So I have let mine go. I haven't taken Cappy classes in quite a number of years now, so I have to start all over from the very beginning. So I'll be there tonight for that, and then I have 2 other classes that I have to take before the month is over, and then I'm good. So anyway, so that's why and I said all that to say that I will also be, what else am I going to be doing? Got distracted with this truck moving a little slow. Oh, so this evening I have the Cappy class at 7, and I would imagine it's probably no more than about an hour and a half at the most. And then I'm going to go to the gym tonight. I will be there, you guys, tonight to cook these legs, because tomorrow night I have to be at church because it's Tune Up Tuesday. I'm telling you, if you didn't come last week, you missed a blessing. So I need you guys to be there this Tuesday. MetropolitanBaptistChurch.org. Go on the website, get the address, all of that good stuff, but you need to be there because service last week was off the chain. And I know with the lineup that we have for every Tuesday in the month of October, it is going to be awesome and amazing, okay? Just trying to tell you. So anyway, so I have a busy day today. So that's why I'm going to go and do my hour of cardio at lunchtime. Maybe I'm going to do an hour of cardio, lunchtime, come back, shower, get back to work. And then when I get off, like I said, I'm going to go to my class at 7 o'clock this evening, get home, grab something to eat. And then I will, get ready, and I'll be at the gym at 10 o'clock because my goal tonight is to do, come on, turn people, is to do my squat program. So that's 5 sets of squats. My squat program. I'm going to hit the leg press because I'm feeling good today. Feeling good. And so do that, maybe 3 sets of that. And because, last Monday I couldn't get past 5:15. Well, I didn't push myself past 5:15 because my knee was kind of bothering me. But I think today I'm going to wrap my knee because I'm trying to go for 800 for 5 reps. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. But anywho, that's the plan for that. And what else? Oh, service yesterday, guys. Service yesterday was thebomb.com. Let me just tell you, Dr. Mack, she set it off at the first service. But Reverend Adrian, she took that thing home at the second service. She talked about fighting like a girl, and she talked about how, as women, we basically have to stand up and fight. Not with these, but with the power of prayer. That's what she was talking about. Lord have mercy, was that thing phenomenal. Our choir, because I sing with the women's choir only twice a year, but the choir, child, we sang. Lord, did we sing on yesterday? But we sang, and a couple of one of the songs that we sang, and it's escaping me at the moment, but that thing I had to sit down in my seat because I just could not stop the tears from flowing, just because of some things and somebody that I'm praying for, and I'm not gonna say who that is because it really is irrelevant, but somebody that I'm praying for, and I, like I said, I believe in the power of prayer, and sometimes you got to give God that ugly cry. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But every now and then you got to give God that ugly cry, and you don't care if your makeup streaks your face and all that other good stuff, but you got to give God that ugly cry that says, look, I'm asking you. I've been coming to you. I'm asking, Lord, and I know you're going to do it, but I need you to do it now. Because Reverend Adrian talked about how God can do things just like that, and had us snapping just like that, child. So I said, Lord, I needed this sermon today, but I need you to move. I need you to act on that thing that I've been asking you about. So it was a powerful, powerful sermon, and I'm gonna stop talking about it because it's gonna make me break down, and I don't want to do that. So, but it was a powerful, powerful sermon, and the whole day was just absolutely amazing. So I would say that if you did not see the preaching on, when I say see, meaning you didn't come to church and you haven't streamed it yet, y'all need to go back and stream that thing, because both sermons were powerful. And then Reverend Adrian, I love the way she took it home, because she had props. Girlfriend came out, she wrapped her hair up in a bun, she took her earrings off, she took her Vaseline out and put it on her hands, and then she took her boxing gloves and put it up on the pulpit. And she got to preaching, and towards the end, because she put the boxing gloves on, and you know, she simulated when you're trying to fight whatever it is you're fighting, and so she was moving them hands, boy. And so she had two people take the gloves off, but at the very end, she said, now every now and then, you've got to take the tools that you're fighting with. Watch this, y'all. Take the tools that you're fighting with, and you've got to put them on the ground and use them as kneeling pads, and get down on your knees and pray. That thing was powerful. That just took it all home. So she got down on her knees and she was praying, and I mean, she was praying, and she said, I want to invite anybody that feels like they need a prayer, a move from God, to come on down to the altar. So Wilma got up first, and she went and knelt down next to Reverend Adrian, and I said, well, Lord, you know what my cry is. You know what it is that I'm in need of right now. So let me go and get my prayer in. So I got down on my knees, but in my mind I was thinking, Jesus, now I'm gonna need you to help a sister up now, okay? Because you know, getting down, the older you get, and I got bad knees, getting down on your knees can be a little rough. So thank God still helped me up when we were done. But I mean, to get down on your knees and to pray, and like I said, give God that ugly cry for whatever it is that you need. Oh, that was powerful. That was powerful, you guys. So like I said, if you didn't come to church on Sunday, you missed it. Oh Lord, did you miss a good sermon? Because it was the bomb, y'all. And I believe some stuff got released on yesterday. I believe stuff gets released every day, but I believe yesterday some stuff got released. Some people have found some closure. Whatever it is that they are praying and asking God for, I believe they got it on yesterday. So again, if you weren't there, y'all need to stream it and watch it, because it was powerful. And my good friend Mark, he didn't make it to church, but he saw it and he said, man, that was powerful. Like I told him, you need to come on back to church, honey, because the doors are always open. You need to come on back to church, because we all need to. I'm gonna sit right here to finish this, because this is perfect. Back up to a little anymore, you won't be able to see me. But it was powerful. So let me get into my topic, because as you can see, I've arrived to my destination. But I just got so happy I had to tell y'all about this. So, you know, today I actually was going to pick out a topic to talk about, but then that little thing came to me and said, no, Michelle, we're not going to do that. You see, the month of October, we talk about breast cancer awareness. And as a matter of fact, on Sunday, Wilma talked about her story of finding out that she had breast cancer a year ago. 2 years before that, her sister was diagnosed. And so we definitely keep her in prayer. Keep everybody in prayer that's going through it, that's gone through it, and those that will go through it. And matter of fact, it escapes me at the moment, y'all, while I'm thinking about it. There is a man right now. Richard Roundtree was the only man that I ever knew that had breast cancer, but somebody else just came out and said that they now have breast cancer. It escapes me at the moment, but I'm pretty sure y'all know who I'm talking about. But the month of October is also the month in which we recognize and acknowledge domestic violence. But I find that the month of October always gets consumed with us talking about breast cancer. Not that it's not important, but I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about domestic violence. If you are in a situation and you are being abused, be it mentally or physically, I need you guys to get up out of that situation. And I need you to get out there quick, fast, and in a hurry, because too many women are losing their lives because they're staying with these men, and some of them may be women too, I don't know, I don't judge, but staying in these relationships with people that are physically abusive to them. My thing is, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for that one blow that's just going to take you out of here? Because eventually that's what's going to happen. So, and I know you might say, but Michelle, it's not easy. Michelle, you don't understand because you're not in that situation. No, I'm not in, and I know it's not easy, and I'm not in that situation. But I'm going to tell you a little story real quick. I remember years ago, I dated a guy, and I mean, one of the sweetest guys, you know, at that point I had ever met. And one day he came home, and it was quite clear that he was under the influence of something. And it was a shocker to me that he even got high. And so I forget what had happened, and he seemed like he just wanted to pick a fight. And I'm not one to argue because I don't like doing that. And so, you know, we got into it. He threw a punch, I threw one back. Because one thing's for certain, two things for sure. My mom and dad ain't raised no punk. Don't put your hands on me, because I will hit you back. Period. And if I don't hit you with these hands right here, you will get something. So don't put your hands on me. And so I guess he was a little surprised, because he was kind of looking like, whoa, yeah, I ain't no punk, man. Don't put your hands on me, because you will get hit the hell back, okay? I was getting ready to say something else, but I don't like dropping F-bombs. But anywho, and so some time went by. And then the second time that it happened, you know, maybe a year or so went by. Second time it happened, I was getting ready for work, and I was getting ready to leave, and he goes, 'cause I think he was off that day. He says, because I had my own apartment, he was staying in my place, and he says, "Oh, so you're just gonna leave? I don't get a hug and have a good day or any of that?" I said, "You know, you was asleep. I didn't want to wake you up. I was gonna call you when I got to work." So he got up, he gave me a hug. He said, "Have a nice day." I said, "Thanks, you too." And I turned, because I had a duplex apartment. I turned to the right to go down the steps. And he took my arm gently. It wasn't a hard grab. He gently took my arm. So I turned around. He said, "Don't you ever," and I mean, this is how his face looked. He said, "Don't you ever leave up out of here and don't say good morning to me." And I'm like, what? Because just a few seconds ago, we were good. And just that quick, he shoved me down the steps. I think it was like maybe 12 steps. And all I can remember thinking was, Lord, let me get to the bottom so I can just get out of here. So I got to the bottom of the steps, got myself together, closed the door, locked it. My dad was outside waiting for me because, see, my car had gotten stolen at my first apartment in the parking lot. So I just didn't take no chances with parking my car anywhere. And so I got in the car. I went on to the metro station, went on to work. Didn't say a thing. I had on a skirt, so I got to work, and my leg started throbbing, my left thigh, I'm sorry. And when I pulled my skirt up, I had this huge bruise all down my thigh, and I thought, Lord, have mercy. And so I said, Michelle, this is it. You weren't brought up this way. You don't need to take this. You can be by yourself. And so I decided, you know what, that was it. I wasn't doing it anymore. So maybe another year or so goes by, year and a half, and we got into an argument about something. I don't even recall what it was. And he pushed me, so I pushed back, because like I told y'all, I don't do the hitting thing. Don't put your hands on me. So I pushed back, and next thing I know, he punched me so hard in my chest that I flew over my queen-size bed, and I just remember hitting the wall like this and sliding down. And I said, you know what, that's it. And the thing that hurt me the most was my daughter happened to be coming up the steps going into her room, and she saw it. That little girl went back downstairs to the kitchen and got the biggest, sharpest knife she could find, came back upstairs, and I believe that if she could have got to him, she would have killed him. And I didn't have time for my baby to be going to jail. My hand to God, if she could have gotten to him, I believe that she would have killed him, because she had this look of rage in her eyes, y'all. I can't even begin to explain. I had never seen my baby look like that. And I said, you know what, this is it. Like I told him, I said, I'm done. And he kept, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And I said, no, you can be sorry you want to, and I accept your apology, but I'm done. I've got to go. So I went to the rental office, put in my 30-day notice, because I had to break my lease. And they said, well, Miss Arnold, why are you breaking your lease? And so I told the lady, she said, oh my God. She said, don't worry about it, I got you. And so I I gave my 30-day notice, and I moved. Now, he moved out before I did, and I was fine with that too. But what bothered me is I always had a box that I kept a stash of money in, just because, you never know when things may come up. That was gone. And I probably had about maybe $100 in there. Might have been $150, but I know I had at least $100 in there. That was gone. I had a big jar of coins, and it was just silver coins, no brown stuff. That was gone. And I had a coin collection of the quarters. I was collecting them. He took the quarters out, but left the holder that you put the quarters in. So I said, you know what, Lord, I'm even fine with all of that, because now I am free to do me. So I said all of that to say this. Sometimes things will happen. So don't ever sit there and say, well, I wouldn't do this and that wouldn't happen to me. Don't ever say that, because I'm going to tell you something. I never in a million years thought I would deal with that. So I know what that feels like firsthand. But what I'm saying to you all is, you don't have to go through that. If that person feels a need to put their hands on you, move on. And sometimes it's not even the hands, it's that verbal stuff. Nobody wants to verbally be abused either. If that person can't speak to you in a tone that's befitting of any human being, let them go. You are better off by yourself, but I promise you somebody else will come along. But stop putting up with stuff. I'm going to tell you this last thing, and I'm going to let you be. Over this past weekend, I think I told you guys that we did an apartment makeover. And it was such a rewarding experience. I had never in my life done anything like that. But it was a rewarding experience, and I look forward to doing it again next year. It won't be the same apartment building, of course, but I look forward to doing it again next year. Y'all excuse me that my stuff's hanging all out, because it was just very rewarding. And I really wished I could have been a fly on the wall to see that mother and her daughters when they came back in to that apartment, to see how beautiful it looked. I mean, we redid everything. The girls' bedroom, the mother's bedroom, the bathroom got a makeover, the living room area, and the dining room with the table was all set up. The kitchen, itself with the stove and all that stuff is just all done over. Went through, took out everything in that refrigerator that was outdated, threw all of that stuff out. The only thing we didn't get a chance to do was the closets. That's because she had a lot of stuff in those closets, and so we didn't bother with that. But honey, when she came in that apartment, her and them girls, I promise you, we even had 2 people donate TVs. So we put a TV in the kids' room and one in the living room. Now, we didn't have 3, or we would have put one in the mother's room. But of course, if she chooses to take the one out of the living room, put it in her room, that's up to her. But I guarantee you that mother was excited. And I believe it was on Channel 9 and Channel 4 News. They covered it on Saturday. So that was rewarding. But the apartment building where we were, it's a shelter, and it's for women who have experienced domestic violence and had to get away, needed some place to go. So those women are not in that building just because they want to be. They're there because they have to be, because they've experienced some type of domestic violence. So I just thought it would be fitting to talk about that today. If you're going through something, honey, get help. Because there are places out here that you can go. So don't ever think that you have to stay with that abusive person because you don't have anywhere to go. No, there's always somewhere to go. You deserve to be treated like the queens that you are. And if you're a man, because guess what? I know y'all don't like to admit it, but men get abused as well. If you're a man and you're in a relationship with a woman who can't keep her hands to herself, that is still domestic violence. Don't ever let anybody tell you differently. It doesn't matter that you're a man. It is still domestic violence, and you don't deserve that. You need to leave. If you need help, there are so many places. I don't know wherever you're watching this, I don't know where you live, but I know in PG County, they have several shelters that can help you. I'm pretty sure DC and Virginia has the same thing. So if you're in the DMV area, reach out, contact somebody, go through your local church. Go through your church if you need to, but local churches, I'm pretty sure they have contacts for various shelters. Don't stay, because too often I say we, but women mostly stay in these relationships because they don't have anywhere else to go. And the thing that comes to my mind is the movie The Burning Bed. It's an old movie. Some of you all may have seen it. I'm pretty sure I've seen it several times. Some of you may not have even heard of it. It's called The Burning Bed. And Farrah Fawcett is in this movie, and I think she has 2 daughters, and her husband is an alcoholic. He's not only verbally abusive, but he is physically abusive. And the last time that he beats her, she says, look, enough is enough. And if I remember correctly, I think she puts her daughters in the car, and her husband was knocked out because he was drunk. She goes upstairs and sets that's why it's called The Burning Bed. She sets that bed on fire. She leaves out of that house. She gets into her truck, and she rides off. And I do believe the man ended up getting killed. If the fire didn't kill him, the smoke inhalation did. But that movie is based on a true story. People get tired of being abused. So I don't want anybody to get to that point where you feel like you have to take somebody's life. But if you're not being treated right, honey, pack up your stuff and go. Sir, pack up your things and go, because you deserve better. That's all I have, you guys. Whew, that was emotional to even talk about all of that, but you know what, it is what it is. So that's all I have. I want to say thank you so much to my newest subscribers. I want to say thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me and all that I do. I love you guys to the moon and back. I truly, truly do. And don't let anybody tell you any different. And y'all know the drill. I'm going to love you when nobody else even likes you. If you can't count on anybody else to love you, you can always count on Michelle, because I got your back. I will love you no matter what. I love you when you're doing good, when you're doing bad. I love you when you're up and when you're down. I just love each and every one of you. And again, if you're in a situation where you're being abused, be it verbally or physically, honey, make your way on out of there. There's so many places that can help you, but you don't deserve that. So until next time, don't forget to check out my Catch Up With Me video later on today, and my travel video on Wednesday. And of course on Friday, I'll have my coaching video and another car vlog. Until then, take care.